Hello and welcome to the season 16 Division 5H Week 1 GMan recap. On Cornet's channel. Did I actually post the message that I was intending to post on the Rebel recap
Yeah,
channel advertising, or did I get halfway through it and then go away to try and get my link and then realize just now that I haven't actually posted it? Good. All right. So anyway, um, I'm doing that right now. Hello to there are actually like people in the stream already. Good
hi
morning,
guys.
and hi Spartakus as well. I should have
Hi.
introduced you already. God, this will get better. Over the weeks. Maybe
Yeah,
by week 13, I will have actually I will have some kind of organizational
we
ability.
will improve for
Yeah.
sure.
Starting, and that means I also need to change the message in recaps from 5 minutes to now. All right. So yeah, hey Cavillion and hey Lava Jackal. All right.
Hello
So
guys.
yeah, how how did your how did your week go this week in G-Man Spartacus?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I had something rare in Rebel. I had a Underworld mirror game
Yeah.
in G11,
I,
and
I I wouldn't be surprised if that's the first time there's been a an
yeah,
underworld mirror in G-Man 1.
it totally is. And look, it went very good for me because I won. But to be honest, it was some kind of a straight game because Chug got completely fucked by the worst event, Sweatling hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had four players to defend my drive. So after scoring a counter touchdown in his own drive, game was really done.
Yeah. But it was also, it wasn't too bad for him, right? Because he did, he didn't lose anyone. You'd expect in a stunty off that with four killers each,
Yeah,
two
three,
killers each.
three.
Yeah, you
Uh,
know,
there was some piling on, some fouls, a lot of things yeah, to hurt players, but just badly us. So we are good.
yeah. And the roads towards winning G-Man 1 with Underworld. All right. So without any further ado, let's have a look at week 1 of 5H. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, what I have a feeling that one of the games was already played by the
yeah,
time we did the recap last week, right?
yeah. It was the first one. So Chofs versus Norse.
Oh yeah, but did you actually put your prediction in before that? Before we
Yeah,
did, so yeah,
I
okay,
did.
you got it right. Anyway, where are we? I'm trying to find the right place. Oh, Lava Jackal says, oh wow, Cavillion. It's 2 divisions across likely 3 discords, I imagine. Not surprising there's a bit of teething trouble on workflow. Yeah. I mean, yes, there are three discords, possibly more, but that at least 3, 3 important ones. So yeah, actually, that's probably the best way of showing this, isn't it? Is for me to get the Discord with the predictions up. So if I do that,
Mm-hmm.
that should make it appear on the stream. There we go. Ooh. And I've also got RebelNet to hand. Actually, yeah, so we can flip between things. And look, I have the Rebel logo sorted. That was one of the little tasks I was trying to sort out this morning.
Nice improvements.
Yeah, one step at a time. Oh yeah, it was Lava Jackal who was all excited and played his game really early.
Indeed, yeah. In this game, as you can expect, North threw a ton of blocks, more than Chofs, but in the end, they still uh, they still lost despite something like 4 surfs. So it was Yeah. Some Norse, nice Norse play, but not enough to
We came, we surfed, we
to break the
lost.
chores. Indeed, yeah.
I mean, and obviously there was an expulsion as well. So there was some fouling with an 11-man Norse team, I guess.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah. So getting removed by the ref as well. But I mean, equalising Kaz with a Chorf team is pretty good for early Norse. Although you kind of expect them just to be killing the hobgoblins and nothing else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so I didn't have a prediction for that. You predicted, in this case, the Chorfs to win.
Yeah, the safe.
And
safe,
Bobby also predicted, but he predicted a draw. So I've actually, I think I've set up. Now, hopefully this doesn't look too bad.
the table.
Yeah, like a little
Wow.
predictions thing. And I think you and me and Bobby are the only one. Does that? That's legible, isn't it? I'll probably make it a bit bigger. There's only 3 of us. And you get a point.
Hooray.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe So Ethelred and I, we have another. I do another stream for another league, with someone else, and we have a predictions competition. And at the end of every season, whoever wins the competition has to pay for lunch for the other one. So I don't know what the chances are of you coming to London or me going to where
Toulouse.
Toulouse. Oh, actually, I've got a cousin in Toulouse. Anyway, but we can count. So the winner has to buy the other person lunch.
I'd like that very much.
Mm-hmm.
To go to London to pay your lunch. Yeah.
Cool. Yes, Dimmy. Hello, Dimmy, by the way. And Cavillion says, are they the only Chorfs in 5H? I feel kinship across from 3B. Yeah, I think they are, right? Well, there's only 8 teams, right? Well, while I'm here, I might as well show the teams. Yes, they are the only... In fact, that's part of the reason we chose this division, right? Is the
exactly
lovely mixture of teams with no doubles. No levels between the Norse or the Chorfs, and
nope.
And
no deaths too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So relatively quiet 1-0.
Indeed.
Other than the 4 serfs, which I guess isn't very quiet. Anyway, yeah. Second game.
Nurgle versus Woodies.
Bobby versus Baronate.
Yeah.
And me and you both thought that Bobby would win. And Bobby thought it was going to be a draw.
Yeah.
And the actual result was...
a win for Woodies.
Yeah, which is, as we expected. 2-1 though. That's, I guess, was that a bit of... Oh, and there was a kill. What?
Yeah, it's a win, but a costly one for Bobby, because look at that. Sundance isn't going to dance anymore.
No. It's one of those problems where you got to balance up with Woodies, whether you go for lots of rerolls or lots of positionals, and if you go for positionals, then they can die.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, the fact is though, like he leveled up a war dancer. I'd swap a dead catcher for leveling a war dancer though any day.
Yeah, but Bobby has been a bad. He didn't choose his level before the recaps. That's not something we like to see.
I mean, I don't mind it too much. It gives us a chance to suggest, to look at it and go, well, it's going to be strip ball, isn't it? Or it's going to be tackle.
I think strip ball, because fresh div, not many sure hands in the other teams, I think. So I mean, think strip ball.
Yeah, this is a division where there are only two teams that can start with sure hands. They both do. So the Rats and the Orcs.
Yeah.
And they both have the sure hands player. Tackle might also be pretty good for murdering goblins, rats,
Oh, rats. Yeah, true.
but there's not going to be that much dodge around, is there? So, probably still go with like the strip ball's got a lot more use early on, and you're probably going to level the other dancer pretty quickly anyway, right?
Yeah.
Lava Jackal says a pretty good result for Nurgle, losing but killing a catcher. Oh, does that
It
mean
was
that
time.
it's a good result? Yeah, I didn't think about that, Lava, but it's a good result because they gain Sundance the Rotter, so they
Oh,
go up to 12 players for free,
indeed.
which
So he may
and
be still dancing this one.
more shuffling now, but yeah.
Yeah, and this was some kind of unusual in this game because Woody's thrown the same amounts of block than Nurgle. That's not something very common.
Yeah, you'd expect that either the Nurgle would be trying to. Oh, Nurgle had played their second game already.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that until just now. Yeah, wow, that's pretty close, isn't it? I guess. Does that mean? I think that probably means the Woodies got more blocks because assuming that there was some failed foul appearance, right?
hmm
So the Woodies actually threw 35 blocks, but 3 of them got foul appearance on.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I would expect the Woodies to get more blocks because they'd be punching away the Nurgle and then dodging away any remaining players. So you hope that you're not going to leave many blocks for the Nurgle. Actually, giving Nurgle 33 blocks against Woodies is quite a lot, I think.
and yeah, true.
Um, like I think Bobby was a Dark Elf player, and they are obviously significantly more bashy than Wood Elves. I wonder if this is a consequence of
Yeah,
playing
maybe,
in a slightly more bashy
maybe.
style. But on the bright side, bringing the predictions back, that means you and I both get a point, and Spartacus and Bobby doesn't. Haha. So you're on 2, and I'm on 1.
Lava Jackal, I think we will check the rosters after going after the game played.
Oh, what you mean on? Because I don't. Yeah, he did. Did he not get the level?
So
Oh yeah, yeah. He did get the. He got 2 cat. That one polyvinyl chloride, which is PVC, right? Got 2 cas and the MVP. He's but yeah. So he got blocked on that one level. What do you want? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna kind
uh,
of try to go a bit faster through the results and then go on to the teams
yeah,
when we're looking at because I always want to look at the teams when we're talking about next week's matches.
yeah, same.
Yeah, Dimmy,
Okay,
he started with the 3 reroll build rather than the
4 warriors.
yeah, rather than 4 warriors. Which is a choice, right? All right, so let's move on then to the next game, which was
IELTS versus orcs.
oh yeah, um, Shatner's bassoon against Ritsugamesh. And how did this one end?
Well, the elves won
Yeah, significantly
2-0.
2-0. Yeah, getting to outblock the orcs again.
Yeah,
I think this, I think both of these last 2 games are bashy teams, basing up elves and elves punching them away, and that's why they get a little bit more in the way of.
yeah. That should be
Oh,
the story.
yeah, look at those SPP.
Oh, nice.
So anything else to say about this game?
Mm,
No perms. Loads of SPP for the high elves, just the
Oh,
MVP for the orcs.
look, looking at the dice rolls, orcs tried. There's something like there's 7 catch, so just one pass. So I guess it was
Bouncing around
yeah,
in
yeah,
in a scrum.
yeah.
Although like still one or handoffs. Maybe they were trying to catch up. You know that thing of like the elf team going ahead, scoring quickly, and then the or you know relatively quickly, and the orcs trying to push to score and failing a catch of a
Yeah.
handoff to try and rush and score back. Often
Yeah, maybe.
can result in this kind of result when one handoff fails and then they get held up for not scoring at all, right?
Yep.
Okay, and um,
I think you had this one,
oh
right?
yeah, yep, it's
I
just
mean,
me. Yep.
yeah.
And Bobby went for the draw, and you went for the orcs, just to make it more interesting, I think,
Yep.
possibly. And but you were far enough ahead at this point. It was worth it. And there was no lunch involved at that time. Maybe it was unfair to. um. All right. So then uh
The last game.
the last game, yeah, is Okim's Rats against Hilnick's Goblins.
Yep.
And pretty unsurprisingly, the Rats win. Although 2-1's a pretty good result. I wouldn't have been surprised to see Rats scoring lots and lots of touchdowns here.
Yeah, true. True.
And again, I see a lot of a lot of SMP for the Rats. Look at that.
Yeah.
But the Goblins, got a
Who
Kaz.
is?
Sorry, say it again.
No, 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 no.
No. Ooh. But yeah. Oh, a couple of levels for the Rats, which I think they haven't taken yet. But anyway, I think did we both predict that the Rats would win this one? I think
Yeah,
yeah.
the easy bet.
Yeah, everyone went for the Rats. The safe option.
Well, it's not a terrible result for Gobos to score, and yeah, it was Rats, so not the best matchup
No,
at all.
no one believes in Stunty. I mean, like, so the thing is, they can win.
Oh, we believe in
Yeah,
Stunty.
yeah, but this is like their worst matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, kind
So,
of.
I think going forward, we'll see a bit more, a bit more variation in choosing. But yeah, I personally maybe dwarfs, but even dwarf, like I don't mind playing dwarfs as goblins. I like more than I hate playing goblins against rats, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so on to the coming week. And I've got the predictions up, and the prediction. Oh, am I showing? No, I'm not. There we go. Core Knight and Spartakus are weird. Says
Yeah.
Dimmy. Yeah, yeah. To be fair,
Yeah.
we both do play a fair amount of stunty. In one form or another.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we believe in stunty. We know, and they can work. It's just not very likely. So this week the first game is
Hololive.
yeah, production against Crystal Palace. So
It's Chaos Dwarf
against
versus
Orcs,
Orcs. Hmm.
and both these teams are pretty much unchanged from
Yep.
their beginning of the season. Maybe the Chorfs have bought an Apo, I think.
Yeah, true. True.
Um, Like sometimes, and the orcs haven't, which I like. Like I don't think it's worth buying an Apo for orcs until you get something better to protect than a Mr. Throw.
Yeah, I
You,
can agree.
yeah, 4 reroll Chorfs are unique, and missing out on a second bull is is a choice, isn't it?
Yeah, we spoke about that last week.
Yeah. But this is a game where it kind of maybe it's going to help them. Like,
So the Chorf coach, I
mhm,
don't know how to pronounce his name.
yeah.
Yani.
No, that was why I was stumbling over mentioning. I was like, nah. Okay, no. And then you said
Yami.
Hololive production.
So
Yeah.
so it chose to buy an Apo instead of waiting to buy another Bull Centaur, which is also a choice.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have chose to wait for taking the bull, but that's just me.
That's interesting. I'm going to double check to make sure. I'm going to double check in the Rebel page to make sure that he did actually. Yeah, he didn't lose anything, did he? And there's no way of checking if he actually had the Apo, but his TV was 990 before, and now it's 1050, and he's still got 11
Yeah.
players. So yeah, he's definitely
So
bought the
it's
Apo.
mm,
Yeah, yeah, it is a choice. I don't hate it that much. It's good to protect what you've already got rather than buying more sometimes. Especially it's long term. He might not be that worried about winning and just wants to like build his team.
yeah.
I mean, Chorfs don't need an Apo and 4 rerolls. We all know that, says Matthew Dore. Hi, Matt. Um, like 4 rerolls when you don't have sure hands and or any ball control skills. I mean, block helps, but they're your block players are slow and tie upable,
W-
so
w-
you are going to be doing hits with the other players.
we will see how he uses team during this season, but 4 rerolls can be useful when you're trying to spread out SPP on the Chorf.
Yeah.
So
Well, and he scored his touchdown on the Bull Centaur, so he's obviously carrying on the Bull Centaur. I think.
yeah,
So maybe
obviously,
he's
yeah.
taking 4 so that he. Yeah, it is true that Chorfs are one of the 70k reroll teams, and normally that's bad. Like having 4 70k rerolls is a lot of TV to be tied up in rerolls. Yeah, okay. The more
Yeah, yeah.
let's stop talking about it. But are we going to go for the orcs who failed to get any SPP at all in their first game?
Hmm.
Is that a better proposition?
I'm going for a boring draw.
A draw? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably wise. Oh wait, this yeah 5 yeah. But just so that one of us picks something different, I'm going to go for the Chorfs. The bot also massively favours the Chorfs. Is that because of normal average Chorf teams against normal average Orc
Now,
teams, though?
I think the bot take in account the win percentage rate of the 2 players. And if you remember,
Oh, Shatner has a terrible win
Shatter
rate.
Battle, yeah, he has like a pretty
Seven,
shitty.
seven, 7 wins out of 100 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think this is why.
Okay, so the next game is. Well, I did say so. Rats. Yeah, I still think Rats is the worst game for goblins, but the second worst game for goblins is Wood Elves. So,
Mm,
I mean, if the Wood Elves have strip ball, I mean, actually, so yeah, so it's not as bad as Rats because the Rats kind of don't care about their players as much and can just throw all their rats into the mill, right? But with
well,
wood elves, goblins can remove key wood elves, right?
yeah, I think this is maybe worse because rats are Lino are LG3, so you can tie them up with trolls or gobos. Woodies will just dodge away, and this means he will he will likely have less block versus them than versus rats. So I think this is worse.
I mean, so Agi4 is great and all, but the Woodies only have one reroll. So and the goblins will be getting. Ooh, what's that? So they're 3 players down. 780, 980, right? Is the TV of the Woodies. 980. So the goblins can get some what's the word?
Inducements?
Inducements, yeah. I was just checking to see which stadium they're at. They're at the Woodies.
Yeah, true. But again, Woodies can choose to attack first, score in 2 turns, and try to remove
The secret weapons that way.
yeah,
But
as soon as possible.
But he'll have 3 bribes, so it won't work to remove them straight away. But it is a problem. He does have enough money to buy more players, right? So he can buy a bench. At the moment, he's on 11 players. He could buy 2 more players and get a bribe. Yeah, it is dodgy, obviously.
Yeah.
And the Woodies will have strip ball.
I want to back them up, but I don't think this is reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, so I've missed a lot of chat, but I like Falcon Merc's Fnatic can deal with the tree, which I wouldn't like that. I would try and get the Fnatic away from the tree because the tree can deal with the Fnatic in return, can't it?
Indeed, yeah.
A bit too easily, I think. Dimmy says 4-0 to the Woodies, which is indeed plausible as well. They've lost a catcher. They should be the Woodies should be buying an Apo at this point, shouldn't they? That's their first priority. But that will give the Goblins an extra bribe. And they've got a level. So actually, the Goblins will be getting more than 160, probably at least 180, more like 230. So a few bribes and a spare player or 2, maybe. But yeah, it's better for the Woodies. So what are you going for? Or am I choosing first this time?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, I'm going to choose the Goblins for this game. Just to prove everyone else wrong.
Well, I wanted to go Goblins too, but now I will just make it a draw.
So neither of us are going for the Woodies. That's going to enrage some people in chat, maybe. Dimmy mentioned. It could be a double on the War Dancer, and then Mighty Blow would be a nice beginning for a Wood Elf team.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then on to Lava Jackal versus Okim. Now that's promises to be a good game, I reckon.
Yeah.
Okim has 2 levels. One on the Storm Vermin, which I assume will be Mighty Blow, and one on the Gutter Runner, which I guess will be Block or Wrestle. I actually think Norse probably are a good team to beat up Rats, right?
Yeah, I think too.
Get some nice SBP on those frenzy players. Dimmy just said shadowing for no reason whatsoever. Oh, on the Gutter. Yeah, I don't think Okim is a shadowing first rat player. Frankly, I don't think Crystal Hunter's a shadowing first rat player either. Any thoughts?
Mm. North are just 11 players, so that could be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, they're both 11 players, right? And Lava does point out, normally, yes, if that Storm of Omen gets Mighty Blow, it does become quite risky for me. He could tear
And
through.
yeah, the Vermin should have Mighty Blow, or maybe it's a double and he will take low, but it's more likely he will have Mighty Blow
Yeah.
and maybe a Bludge player. So chasing the ball will be a problem for Norse.
I mean, like, Blodge Strength 2 means you can be getting 6 dice with Frenzy, right? Nine if you want to throw a reroll at it. So,
If you are in position, yeah.
yeah, if you're in position. You got 4, wrong team. You got 4 Frenzy players, though, so, you know, it's
Hmm.
it's hard to run away from them all. Um, Now at the moment, the Norse are the underdogs by 30 TV. Should they buy? They could buy a 12 player. Just to, well, you know, they probably want a 12 player anyway, right?
Yeah.
They have the money. They've got nothing else they want to buy, unless you think he's saving up for a runner, I guess, or the Yeti.
He has enough to buy a runner. Yeah,
No,
but
no, no. The runner is 90, so he doesn't have enough money to buy a runner
no,
now.
the runner is 70k. No,
No, he's 90.
90.
Yeah, 90.
Okay. Okay.
They're overpriced, but basically it's you kind of, it's really nice to have a movement 7 piece on an otherwise movement.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, thrower is 70.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Mm, so it's on me to choose first. I will go with rats because I don't think North have enough to break them enough.
Cool. I'm happy to go for yeah. So Love Jackal has said in the chat, he's thinking about saving the runner. Dimmy asked did the runner die, and Lava said no, didn't start with one. But yeah, like berserkers are expensive basically, so you kind of, you know, yeah, you have to save up for either get the game like you I can't remember which way around I normally start. I think I normally start with 2 rerolls.
Yeah, same. I take a runner and I just reroll
Yeah. Um,
generally.
but I like the speed anyway. Um, yeah, so I'm happy to go for the Norse on this one. The bot massively favors the rats, but Kim does have a very good record. But I do think that Norse are one of those teams that, you know, can beat up the rats enough to make the game hard for them.
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be a good game to watch.
Yeah, remove enough of the line rats, and you know, at some point he's putting gutter runners on the LOS.
Yummy.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, Lava Jackal actually says, yeah, in hindsight he might have gone with 2 rerolls, but it's been a while since he played Norse, I assume, because he plays quite a lot of other places too.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
this is
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, go on.
No.
Yeah.
It's not a bad call to not take runner anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, in a long-term league, I you know, 3 rerolls. If you're planning on having 3 rerolls anyway, it's not terrible to start with them, right? Saves. It's cheaper to buy players than rerolls, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess as we're here, should we have I don't know. Let's save looking at that game for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Are we happy with that?
Okay, fine.
Boom. Yep. Do we look at the teams enough? Do we look at the leaderboard?
Well, we can, but it doesn't mean anything
No. Yeah.
after 1 week.
1 week could
Yeah.
be, yeah. Game of Blood Bowl is not a fair comparison about anything. But having said
Nope.
that, I think I meant to take, oh no, that's in the other league. Okay. I need to take the list of first, second, thirds from 3B. season predictions thing. Yeah. All right. Cool. We'll do that later. I'll try and remember to do that after the stream. But I did say on the ping that we would start 3B at 12:40, and we're pretty much bang on time. How about that?
Yeah, very professional recap.
Yeah. No, not professional at all. But yeah, Goblin's a Hillnick. I think he said he's beaten me with halflings before. When we played and he was halflings, he said it was the first time he was playing halflings. And I have a feeling he said he doesn't play goblins that much, but he's a good enough player that it doesn't matter.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. 3B, right?
So, yeah.
Match predictions. All right. And oh yes, so we also need to do. So yeah, we ended that. You and me on 3, Bobby on 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a see-through text box for some reason. Why is that see-through? What the hell? Ah, there we go. Oh, that looks terrible. God damn it. Why is that? Why does that look like that? Select font. That. How about if I change it to that and that? There we go. On screen, on on stream. And it's
Well,
not.
this is a bit too much, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's there anyway, so that's I'm going to keep a record of our points, and I'll make it look better next time. Funny rewards incoming. Oh, I forgot to set up the bot that does the voice chat thing. That'll have to happen later. Oh crap, there's loads of hey Neb, yep, recap
Hey, Neb.
hype. Hey Gruff, nope, you are actually on time. Ignore Dimmy.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike I was doing a recap a few days ago, and Gruff turned up literally as we were turning off the stream. Perfectly timed. Yeah. Okay, and everything I missed was them just saying what I've just said. Excellent. Oh, did you just spend it on the thing? All right, I'll sort. We'll talk. We'll start doing about games, and I'll try and find how to turn the bot back on. You may have wasted 200 points. I should be able to. Can I like give it back? Oh, I don't know.
Does it matter?
No.
Really?
No, it doesn't.
No?
No. Okay. I was just, All right, fine. Let's actually start then. So, 3B, have we missed... There haven't been any games this week yet, right? We're actually... Oh, damn it, there has been.
Yeah, there has been one, yeah.
All right. So, let me get to the right place in RebelNet as well. Here we go. All right, so the first game of the week was Falconmercs against Gruff, in fact.
Yes.
Kislev against Rats. Now, I know that Gruff talked to me in Discord a bit about this, and like not really knowing how to deal with Kislev generally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the result ended up being 2-0. Gruff did say, but while you're here, as you're here, Gruff, remind me, what did you say? You said something about the game. That was like a week ago now.
Well, maybe he can talk about it, yeah. Something I saw in the stats.
Mm-hmm.
Kislev managed to success 7 out of 8 leaps, so that's pretty good. But you have to remember Falconmerc has at least 3 LG4 leapers. So, but there was something pretty massive. I guess it's the KO rolls of the rats.
Were they bad?
Yeah. I think they were bad. Just having a look
Yep.
at it
Um,
right now. Yeah, 45%. Yeah.
Oh, and there was a failed intercept in there as well. So the Kislev threw over the rats to. I wonder if that was to score. Wake up from chaos. There we go. 4 successes and 5 failures. That's pretty poor.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no.
And
That's average, isn't it? That's kind of what you expect. 50-50.
a bit less, no?
Yeah, a little bit less, but only like 1 away. So either way, it would have been like you can't have 4.5. So it's either going to be 4-5 or 5-4 is the middle, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, it was to stop the rats from scoring that pass. Okay, so it's much easier to leap on a 2+. It is. It's amazing the
Yeah,
number of
it is.
3
Yeah.
pluses, 3+ leaps that fail compared to the number of 2+s that pass. Yeah, and Kislev are kind of bashy as well. Gruff mentioned that, well, maybe it's not so much that the recovery, but having to make those number of KO rolls does mean there weren't that many rats on the pitch, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Oh, yeah, no, he did mention. There we are. So Falkenberg said there was a movement miscalculation and greed stall that cost the rats from a draw. Yeah, so I remember Gruff saying he tried to stall and it didn't work out. There, boom. I'm still. Yeah, sorry, you were about to say something before I rudely
yeah,
interrupted.
I remember I chose to back up Falconnock and his Kislev
Yeah.
because I had history with him, but also because he had 3 or 4 diving tackle dudes. And looking at the stats, Skaven made all their dodges, so definitely diving tackle is a fake skill.
I
Is a
mean,
fake skill.
like so. But like diving tackle is amazingly good at stopping people from trying to make dodges. That's what usually happens, isn't it? It changes people's mind about what they're going to do and the order they're going to do it.
Yeah, sure.
So often you're diving tackling on someone so that they leave it to the end of the turn and hopefully don't dodge out at all, right? But with things like gutter runners, you kind of expect them to make it out of diving tackle.
Yes, indeed.
Falkenberg says, to be fair, I didn't base that much with diving tackle because I remember being down players, and he did get a movement bust on his only wrestle tackle, which is kind of harsh.
Yeah.
Which at least the rats got a few SPP, 2 passes on the thrower, and a couple of cows, and 1 send off, so 4 removals altogether. And that is one of the problems with Kislev is because their players are so expensive. You very rarely start with more than 11 players.
Yeah, bench is a luxury.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say a stall is like I've been done by stalls last season as well, so I can't say that it's terrible play.
Yes, true. I remember that.
Hmm. We can't all, you can't know until it's happened whether stalling is a good idea or not. And sometimes it's worth risking. You're giving your opponent some dice in the hope that they fail something, right? But anyway.
Yeah.
So who actually? So almost everybody went for Gruff except for Vilnich, and Vilnich went for Falconmerk and got.
Our, this is weird because I went with Falconer too.
Yeah. Oh what? Oh no, yeah, because you went
Yeah.
on my Discord, didn't you? Yeah, because there's 2 different
Oh.
places. Yeah. I did notice that earlier, and then I forgot about it while I was just now. But yes, I guess I'll show my Discord because I set it up there as well as the 3B thingy.
Hmm.
There you go. Yep, you and Vilnich. Sorry about that. I will remember to check both places. Ooh, not that. Oh yeah, this. Okay, and the silence of me trying to change a 0 to a 1 in 2 places. All right, cool. So next match was
Rats Major Annoyance versus Necro.
the Patchy
The
Pack.
Patchy Pack.
Yeah.
And wow, that's a very nice win for the Rats.
Ooh, and a level up.
Yeah, and I checked this
Whoa.
game a bit
Yeah.
before doing the recap because I was like 3-0. Yes, this is quite something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the story of this game is the Necro attacking first,
Yeah.
allowing a sack turn 2 or 3 because of the base cage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a 1D versus a golem to take him down, and then a straight blitz, kind of straight blitz with the Wrestle Dauntless Gunner. So 1 hour after turn 3, I guess, and then another sack to make it 2-0 for the Rats at half time. So
Oh wow.
games was pretty much done.
Yeah. As rats, I hate playing against Necro. They're so the combination of regen and AV7 on lots of players who can like form a wall. Once they get caged up and start moving, they're usually just removing rats while you're
Yeah,
unable to get hits on the ball.
and this was the thing here. Necro were a bit sloppy in their caging, so the Rats take good advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming coaches who protect the ball basically. you know, you can't be sloppy with your cage with rats at all.
Yeah,
Essentially. Okay. But yeah, 3-0. That's you went for a draw, so
yeah.
but other than that, 3 people went for a win for the rats. And that includes me, Vivian, and Vilnich. Am I saying that right? Hopefully. All right. Cool. So the next one is Pro Elves on the Shelf. Mighty Neb against the Underworld.
Oh yeah.
Engelbert Hex and Neb. So a 1-1 draw. That's pretty surprising for a Pro Elf Underworld game, isn't it?
Mm,
You'd expect one of 2 things to happen: either the Pro Elves would turn over the Underworld, or the Underworld would do some damage.
yeah.
Yeah. Cavillion says 3-0 is certainly a statement to make in week 1.
Oh yes, it is.
Neb says it mutual, probably about me saying as a rat coach I hate playing Necro. Turn 9 delayed quad skull KO'd my strength 4 catcher, says Neb. And then Underworld got a wizard steal. So you turned. So what? But both sides got turned over. See, that's the kind, like, I didn't expect it to be a 1-1 draw of 8-turn grind from both sides. Very
Yeah.
tense. Yeah. So both teams turned over the other team at some point.
Should have been a good one to watch.
Yeah. Always. Underworld. Well, actually, that's a lie. I was going to say Underworld are always good to watch, but sometimes
No.
it's terrible. Sometimes it's just like your entire team just melts for no
Yeah.
reason whatsoever.
And pretty good SPPs the elves. Not bad at not bad
not
for
bad
you
at
with
all.
yeah.
God. Okay. Um. There you go. I've updated the thing for the last one. Niggled guild, and he's still got a niggled goblin. I wonder if
What?
I wonder if you know, sometimes I hate people keeping niggles. I think, you know, you should, all wrong team. I think you should fire niggles instantly. Pretty much. But I do wonder if some coaches keep them just as a, like, you know, as a taunt to, you know, wave at other coaches. Look, Blitz the niggled player.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's not just a niggled goblin. He's a
It,
60k niggled goblin. He's, you know.
yeah. So basically, because of stunty, it's a double niggle. It's crap.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, indeed. Even before Mighty Blow, every time you punch him, and he goes, and every time he rolls an armor break, you've got like a 30% chance of removing him or something.
Yeah.
No, I did not keep a niggled player as it was close to legend. I literally never do that. I think it's pointless. Maybe, maybe if he was like 1 SPP away and I wanted to see what it was. I don't know. I don't think so. You know, there might be very specific, like the next matchup, the TV difference is exactly right to keep this player, but generally, no. Fire niggles.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, exciting game. Rats turned over pros turned over rats. But I bet you, like, did anyone actually go for a draw in this one? Ooh.
You know?
No, I went for the underworld.
Me too.
Yep.
Mm.
Oops, I thought I was showing my desktop, but I wasn't. That one. So just waving over this one. Here we go. No, yeah, you went for the underworld, and on 3B, I also went for the underworld, but Elzarath Baratheon, who's got everything in caps everywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate the support, says Neb. Oh yeah, and Neb also does, like, is part of the probably best but definitely biggest recapping team in GMan.
Yeah, Neb is the stat guy, yeah?
Yeah, I love the stat videos.
The professional stat guy.
Yeah, this week's stat video was hilarious.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Awesome recap, Ned.
Yeah,
Awesome recap.
yeah, indeed. Anyway, yes, Elzarath gets a point. Boom. I think he showed the whole thing, didn't he? But maybe I've watched it twice actually. I don't really remember. But I did. Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't like particularly trying to remember how long your section was.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So next was
yeah. Was
Chaos versus Dark Elves.
The Rylith Dreamers versus Unquiet Vertebrae.
Vertebrea. Yeah.
Which yeah. So I know Nibelun is one of my, you know, like, I think he's going to do really well this season. In this, because even though this team's beaten up, it's still kind of got everything. And he won 2-0.
Yeah, I think there was some piling on involved. Because...
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's a shock.
Yeah, 26 armor breaks. It's yeah, something.
I mean,
something.
he's only got one piling on, so is it what? Actually, he just got twice as many blocks in as well. I mean, you don't want to be giving away 41 blocks to Chaos when you're Dark Elves, do you?
Yes.
That's the problem there. too many blocks given away. I guess tentacles probably helps. Actually, weirdly, and maybe a bit of like guard locking them. There is so much guard, as Falcon Merc says. But yeah, if you give away 40 blocks against a Claw Mighty Blow team who also have at least one piling on and Dirty Player, so there's probably some fouling too. You know, it's going to result in some removals and a kill. In fact.
Yeah, a Bludge Blitzer died. Bludge Lino got niggled.
Ooh.
Yeah, rough.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Look at all those little crosses on the RebelNet page. Arthritis did level up with the MVP, and there were 2 passes. But other than that, not a great game for the Dark Elves. In fact, I think they lost more SPP than they gained in that game. Especially if they fire the Niggle. Yeah, replacing blitzers. I mean, like, it's a pain in the arse for elves, relatively speaking. It's not quite as bad as like Nurgle Warriors or Black Orcs or Tomb Guardians, but for an elf team.
There was some fouling involved. He took a bribe.
And a mercenary dirty player, even though he's already got a dirty player. So double dirty player. Oh yeah, and remember he did have a lot of MNGs from his last game of playoffs or whatever it was. So he didn't have quite as much guard as we looked at when I was showing the BB2 page.
5. He has 5. He had 5.
Yeah.
Before 2. Yeah.
In the game. Oh, does he have 5 in the?
Yeah.
I thought he had more than that. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, he's got 6. Still not that much more, but
6.
Oh, okay. Actually, no, he gained 1. Okay, yeah, because that one leveled. No, ignore me. Yeah, he had 5.
Okay. Yeah, so he chose the full attrition way, and it paid off.
Yeah, that is like I think we'll be saying that fairly regularly about
yeah.
About Nibbenen's team, because that's pretty much always his game plan.
That's the plan.
That is the plan. Yeah, there is no secondary. There is no agility or handoff plays. It's just murder.
And I went for the elves.
Yeah. I mean, it's a valid
brave.
Brave. Well, the bot thought there was the elves as well, right? So and I bet you there's a lot more people who thought it was the elves. Where are we? Yeah. So in fact, Cavilion and Nibbenen, obviously, and Vivian all went for the elves. Vilnich went for a draw, and it was just me and Elzarath who went for Nibbenen.
Oh.
So even Nibbenen didn't believe in himself enough to.
He should have.
Yeah, indeed.
Assert dominance.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like what Gruff does. Gruff, was it Gruff? I think Gruff always votes against himself, because that way either he wins the game and he's happy, or he wins the betting competition and he's happy.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better in betting competition. We'll leave it at that. Murder, and a leap goat. Oh, that's true. He does have a leap wrestle goat, so he does have backup. I did actually forget about that.
Yeah, but it's just a project player.
Yeah, I mean,
for now,
it's still a 50-50 to get some good dice on most ball carriers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gruff says, "I have no confidence in my own abilities," and Cavilion says, "A wise tactic," which could be seen. Anyway, and I've been proven to be right. Yeah, I like the leap goat too. It's a 50-50, but if you've got a reroll, that's 75%, and then you've got 2 dice probably on the ball, and the threat of that is kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not an effective weapon at the moment, but it's an effective threat, is what I would say.
Yes. Yes.
Tackle and very long legs. I mean, very long legs. He's still kind of not that great a player. But like even we were talking about 3+
Still a
leaps.
shitty war dancer.
Yeah, he's still exactly. Wrestle war dancer with no dodge, not enough movement, but yeah, no, that's fine. It was just no one. We assume you're not being offensive, Pavilion. It's fine. And I'm not of the school of thought that thinks we should be too polite to people. If people do bad things, tell them. um, Strength 4 blitzing, yeah, exactly. The horns really helps. But as Dimmy says, like having a dodge, if you had a dodge instead of leap, and then you got 2 heads, probably like able to get to a lot of places. Not quite as good for cage diving, but how often are people going to be able to build a good cage against this chaos team?
Yeah, true.
Yep. I have added my point and Elsrath's point, I think. Where are we now? All right. So we're moving on to the next game. After Ryle of
Okay.
Dreamers, it was... it's Cavillion's game against Leffe, Failed Gimmicks.
So
You went
Chof.
for the draw. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did I? Why? Why?
Because maybe because I chose the best... what was the best option? I don't know right now.
I think.
Oh, I went for Leffe, but I was the only person who went for Leffe. 5 people went for Cavillion.
Humans had enough to take a whiz, so maybe that's why I chose to
Go for the draw.
yeah, maybe.
But yeah, outblocked. Did the wizard actually work? Oh, there was no.
I don't think he took a wizard.
Oh, what do you think he took? Or can we tell?
Apo, no?
An Apo. Oh, I hate
Yeah.
it when people take Apos.
Or Babe? Yeah. Curvillian said extra Apo.
No Wiz extra Apo. That's
Yeah.
like the worst choice. I hate Apo. Apos fail so much. They're so...
I take Apo when I have nothing else to choose. Like when I have wizard, when I have star players and babes, then I take some Apo if I have extra cash. But first, feels a bit weak for
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, it basically it's defending your team over trying to win the game, in my opinion. And like you should like the only time that it's a good choice is if you totally don't care about winning.
Yeah. But
I never get to that point. I always want to win.
yeah, same.
Week 1 against Chorf. Yeah, exactly. Like also quite often being a bit aggressive about the ball can protect your players more
Yes.
than being defensive. Like if you're taking an Apo, then that's just asking to be wailed upon. Whereas if you take
Yeah.
a wizard, they 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 have to defend the ball a bit more carefully, and that means they can't just go around beating you up. They have to double
Yes,
screen, which
indeed.
takes more
Yeah.
players, and
I was going to say exactly the same thing.
yeah, your
The
best...
threat of a wizard can make some bash teams pretty uncomfortable and to play in a way your player are more safe.
Yeah.
If that means something.
Yeah, and the same. Yeah, and Dini mentions bribes scare piling on players. So it's or even not piling on players, just like players who have to blitz to get into range, like the Chorfs, are a bit. You have to be a little bit more wary about where you end up, because if you end up on your own, then you're going to get punched and then fouled. You know.
Mhm.
But yeah, and Falcon, at least this also it's coming from the view of perhaps more Kislevi underworldy players who,
Yeah.
like we win by putting pressure on the ball and you know trying
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
distract from the murder teams so they don't have a chance to concentrate on killing, basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
So
everyone's favorite word in the recap. of GMan 1 is prophylactic, the protective prophylactic bribe. Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, so human loss, but a good spread of SPP. So yeah, that's something a bit rewarding,
Mhm.
despite the loss.
Yeah. Maybe the human, maybe actually, the humans went for a quick score as well.
Yeah, because 6% of ball possession for human. Yeah, they went for quick score, and then the Chof made
Yeah,
two
Cavilion says,
grind.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cavilion says they did. They scored on turn 2, and
Mm.
then obviously the Chorfs spent the next 14 turns beating up humans and wandering down the pitch slowly.
Yeah.
But no real damage to the humans, which considering the humans were already. Oh crap! I've been showing the Blood Bowl 2 screen this whole time, and I've been looking at RebelNet. Lol. No damage to the human. No long-term damage. Lots of SPP. And not as much SPP as you'd expect from the Chorfs. Maybe not piling on as much. One Kaz to the piling up to.
Just the one cast, yeah.
Yeah.
And a score on a kick hobo. What was the story here, Cavalian?
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Cavilion just says the Chorfs just about got over the line, and you're right. That clue of the hobgoblins being the SPP things
Yeah.
was actually close. Yeah, makes you think it was close. Humans played to their movement advantage very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Neb loves the Rackle Bull, but that's a pro elf skill choice. he's almost a pro elf catcher. He's got similar
That's a
movements.
pro F bull, yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty cool. But yeah, that's why a wizard would have been really good. Like, did he? I'm interested, Cavilion. Did he get to use the Apo? Like, is that why we're seeing so little attrition? I'd be surprised though, right? Anyway, but yeah, having to score on the kick hobgoblin suggests it wasn't as easy
Yes.
as first expected.
Mm.
And but scoring on the blodger, I don't know. Is there anything else that blodge hobgoblin really wants?
Plus AG?
I
Plus
mean,
movement?
that you can be certain of getting on. Like, there's no more normals though, is there? Rackle,
Yeah.
wrestle, I guess.
Well, yeah, fend,
Fend,
maybe?
yeah.
Mm.
But like, we're talking less good options remaining. Yeah, there's nothing he really wants. There was a failed
And there
one.
was...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But one turns are pretty unlikely, even with movement 9, sprint, sure feet, catch, and dodge. But going through a back line that's got tackle
Yeah, and
with agility 3,
it's AG3, yeah.
yeah. So that first dodge is what, a 5+,
5, yeah.
probably without the dodge reroll. Oh no, wait, no, you can choose to. You can probably get away from. Yeah, you can probably do it without tackle for the first one, right?
Depends on
Actually,
how...
no. 7 is enough to have tackle on every. So those you could have those tackle players as your back line. So,
Yeah, but you want your stand firm guy to be on the line, I guess,
yeah,
to
true.
deny the pushes.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Yeah.
so Chof wins.
Mhm. And actually, I should probably leave that for. So did you go for the Chorfs? Oh no, you went for
No,
Leffe. I went for Leffe, I think. No, I went for the draw.
I went for the draw. You went for Leffe.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Other way around. And everyone else went for So many so that I actually got my phone out because I can't mouse over the Google. I mean, oh wait a second. I can't mouse over it here. I have to look at my phone. Oops.
So we know nothing about Blood Bowl.
You know nothing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, it's pretty random, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
God damn! How do I do this? There's a way of me seeing who's reacted. Oh, I know. Is it? No, it's not that. I did it a second ago on my phone. Why can't I do it now? Ugh, fine. I'll work it out later. I will correct that one next time. Right click reactions.
Okay.
Ah, there you go. Boom. Thank you very much, Cavillion. Good match though, says Lefe. Oh, Lefe is here. Hello.
Hello?
I'm gonna do this so that I don't forget. And then we can carry on talking. Alright. So the next game is
Yeah, the next game was
the Spaniard rules.
Lizards versus Undead.
Yeah. Oh, the lizards with the mighty blow skink, in fact.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
2-1 to the undead. I guess that's not amazingly surprising.
Yeah, 24 armor breaks, one sent off. Wow. 6 KOs, 6 injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
55 blocks. So blocking the hell out of the lizards and then stamping on them as well.
Yeah. And I think this lizard team had some crippled souls. So some AV7 souls or something like that.
Oh, wasn't it? Yeah. Was it a strength? Was it a strength up or a Blodgesaurus who had AV7? In fact, do I remember that right?
Yes, AV7.
And the AV7 Saurus is still there, but he is not Blodge or plus strength as I thought he was. He's just rolled 4 normals.
Yikes.
Yeah, but you know, like talking about low agi players and leveling them, you know, it's tough to level Saurus.
Yes, yes. Especially in developed divs.
Yeah. Anyway, so outbashed. I mean, like, I wonder did the mighty blow skink do any?
He scored a TD.
He scored a touchdown.
Yeah, yeah.
I imagine that
So
wasn't planned and was just because he had to.
he's in his route to take Dauntless, I guess. Lizard chose to take a chainsaw, and of course the chainsaw got badly hurt because that's what they do.
I mean, you know, helmet has an effective armor value of what 5, 4, 5. Yeah. So because he chainsaws himself.
Indeed,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know, is all the that I like I that's why chainsaws are so risky. Is it's also against leveled teams. They can just, you know, once they get a hit on the chainsaw, he's off the pitch almost certainly.
Yep.
A mighty blow hit against an armor 7 player, 6
And
player.
Neb is asking about the Crocs. This team hasn't got one
No.
starting the game, so
Yeah, he didn't have one for last game either. I think he's trying to. I think he had to buy more Saurus
yes,
first.
yes, it is. Yeah.
So he had a fresh Saurus or something. So he can't buy at the moment. I don't think. I assume he's working towards it.
Yes, and he's got only 60k in bank.
He's got 60k.
Now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dimmy, a mighty blow skink. Isn't that amazing? I recapped when Mighty Blow was taken, and it didn't make any more sense then than it does now. and he's not really been he doesn't really blitz with him either.
Yes.
He's preparing with Pom with the jump up. That is true. So if he gets another double, does he go for Dauntless or does he go for Pom? Which we're piling on or Dauntless? Which one would you go for next?
Tough choice. Tough choice.
And yeah, like the TV bloat in Skinks is real. You know, I'm not a fan of all these levels on all these Skinks. Like I don't mind I don't mind like 1 or 2 leveled Skinks, but having 5, there's 4 for this game, but there was another one who was MNG for before. Yes, he is strength 2 Dimmy. We are aware of this. But if you take Mighty Blow first and a Skink, maybe you take Piling on second double. Just say.
Yes, and it's good synergy with jump up.
Yeah, exactly. and he's more protected if he's lying down, right?
Yes.
Not from a boot, obviously, but you know. So I don't know. Like Villy's obviously a good coach. I have a feeling that pretty much everyone in his brother will have voted for Villy to win this one.
Yeah, this is an amazing undead team.
Yeah.
No stats or something, but really, really solid.
Oh, I think this game might have been played before we did our recap. So you haven't bet on it, and I've put a poop emoji next to it, which is usually my symbol for
Yes.
it's happened already.
I'm gonna put these too.
Yeah. Did you do the score, by the way? I'm pretty sure I bet on myself. I haven't yet. I have noted the score, and I'm trying to get a chance to do it surreptitiously. And yeah, for this one again, it's going to be a lot of people going for Villy. So yeah, poop emoji next to that one. Where are we? Here we go. So, oh, there we go. So I'm gonna mark it this way. So another one for. There we go. In fact, it's the same 4 people that went for the previous game, minus Elzarath, who didn't vote against himself. So he drops a point. There we go. I've marked it. I will update it as when I get a chance to. But we're looking now at the last game of the week, which was the Orcs against the Dark Elves.
Yes, indeed.
And
a very good win for the Orcs.
Oh.
1-0. Yeah. I went for the Elves, but again, I was wrong.
was there a certain amount? Do you know the Dark Elf coach, and so like
no, I know the Orc coach, and I know he's pretty good, but the Dark Elf team looks amazing. Well, was looking amazing.
Yeah.
So I thought they had this, but no. And something we missed in the precap, I think, it's stadiums. And,
yeah, true. I think mainly
yes.
because the other division we were doing, you know, is quite new. So none of the other teams, even the stunty teams, don't have any stadiums. So maybe we didn't think about it. But what was there a stadium effect here?
Yes, there was. The elves have the Wizard Stadium.
Ah, that's it. So what do you think of that?
What I think of that,
as stunty, would you as an underworld coach, would you ever consider it?
never.
Never. And
No.
And I used to be really against it because of the theory that that when you have a wizard stadium, you're getting wizarded yourself half of your games, and the attrition would be so bad that it'd be terrible for your team. But actually, I've recently taken it on a few teams, and it's not the case, and those teams have won loads. So I think I'm a convert to the idea of the Wizard Stadium. I think it's actually, for especially for teams who are fast or agile enough to sack and recover.
Yeah.
And I actually think that does include Underworld.
Well,
Um,
thing is, I think you have to be very confident in your capacity of stalling against a wizard to take this stadium,
mhm.
because uh, stalling versus a wizard can really change how you play in offense. So, yes, you have to be very confident in your offensive abilities, and for me it's not my strong point, so that's why I don't like it for me.
That's interesting. But like, don't you feel like you kind of? I guess with Underworld, the other thing is you're often not.
You're
You
always the underdog,
yeah,
so this is not a good choice.
yeah,
Well, in higher divs you are always the underdogs.
yeah. I mean, there's probably a few time. There's probably one or two games a season where you might be the overdog, but it's unlikely. And in those games, I guess,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not that. It's
yeah.
not as big an advantage to outweigh the other games. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
The only one who in GMan 1 whose TV is lower than me is Crystal Hunter.
Is who? Sorry.
Rats, Crystal Hunter.
Oh, Crystal Hunter. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't want him to have a wizard.
I bet he's gonna have Wizard anyway. But that's yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, that's
I tried to watch this game before the recap.
mhm.
Something I can say is the Orcs starting in offense, and they they made a very good offensive drive with good good caging.
Yep.
The elves never had the opportunity to use their wizard in defense.
Ah, okay.
So I mean, good job from the Orcs.
Yeah, and I mean that's like so when we were talking about the rats turning over the necro in the first, was it that the first game of this, or was that in the other division?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, that's the kind of the opposite in terms of, that's what you'd expect from a bash team, is they should get the ball, put it in a cage, and the cage should be safe. um and that's, it can be hard to do that, especially sometimes you want to try and maximize blocks. um but yeah, so the dark elves had, both teams had a wizard.
Yep.
um
The runner will be MNG, I think.
yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the Orcs beats leveling up?
Well, it's good. Yeah. More. Oh, more. Well, what do you get next? Stand firm, I guess.
Stanford for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Or diving tackle if it's
Ooh, double.
a double, yeah. Because two can be very very effective.
I mean, is this a team where they might go for piling on?
I don't like taking piling on a guard piece. Saying that, I have a guard piling on piece on my team.
I mean, yeah. So you
But
don't have to pile it on.
yeah,
He's already got another. He's already got a diving tackle player. So maybe he would go for another diving tackle. But is one maybe the right amount? One is enough to be annoying, yeah. But you don't. Do you really need more?
mm,
Whereas if he gets a double, he could get jump up and
yes.
then go for piling
Pizza
on.
Pizza Alonso is just one SPP away from leveling from new level 2.
Yeah.
So maybe this one will got piling on
Yeah. I mean,
instead of the other.
I think I remember thinking that there were a lot of players lineman who's 1 SPP away. The other blitzer is new, so
Yeah.
he's now 3 SPP away.
There's a Bob who's just a CAS
Yeah.
from leveling 2. This team is shaping up.
Yeah.
Quite good, I think.
Whereas the Dark Elves lost a lineman who got MVP, of course.
Yeah, classic.
All right, and
So I chose to back up Dark Elves because I suck at predictions. And you?
and I went for the draw, so I also
yeah.
suck at prediction. But to be fair, everyone else went for Vivien as well, so no one went for the Orc win.
Okay.
Nul point for everyone. Okay, so next we have the coming games of the week. And first up is Neb's Pro Elves against Gruff's Rats. And if Gruff didn't like playing Kislev, Pro Elves are
Yeah.
kind of similarly high pressurey team, right? Hey, Neb.
Yeah. So the rats have 70k of inducements.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So not enough for wizard bullshit or something. It will be played on the Elves Stadium. So
no throw rock. Having this wizard conversation, I've never been a fan of the throw rock stadium. It's the pixel hugging stadium of choice. And throw a rock doesn't happen that much, and get the ref can help both teams pretty much evenly, I think. So I just don't like it. And this team can really so one of the teams that I have a Wizard Stadium for is my Pro Elf team in OFL, and the Wizard Stadium has won me at least 2 of my games. I disagree. Throw Rock is hilarious, and one of the most Blood Bowl-y things is random players getting killed.
yes.
And then getting MVPs. I think it's what should be happening all the time.
It's not a 100% serious game.
Yeah. But anyway, so what you think Gruff gets the inducements? There's
70k.
So 240 of loners, 1570. No, the Pro Elves are still cheaper.
Oh, sorry, it's the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
70k for the Elves.
Yeah. Cool. But that's not. I guess that's just going to be a babe for the Pro Elves.
Yeah.
And Gruff's got 13 players. He could drop a player, but it's not really worth it, is it?
Neb says with scamming time. I don't think it is the best choice.
Okay, so hear me out. It's time to buy that Wizard Stadium. It's cheaper than Scumming. It gives you a wizard, and it gives him a wizard, admittedly, but it gives you wizards in the future as well. It's worth looking at your matchups and working it out. Who's it good against and who's it bad against. But yeah, I vaguely assumed that the real answer was I'm saving to buy players. So
yeah.
So no Scumming, and it will be a babe or something.
So you're doing first, or I'm doing first? Predictions.
I don't mind. Which would you prefer? Would you like to wait for me to? I need to think about this because there's.
Okay, so I'm going first,
Yeah.
and I'm going with the rats
Yeah.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
They have Mighty Blow tackle. They have Mighty Blow claw to hurt loners or something. And they have a one tonner. So I think they got this.
It's notable that everyone who's voted so far has voted for Neb, including Gruff. But we know that that's his.
Yeah, and Neb is saying something quite right. He doesn't have sure hands
Yeah.
versus strip bowlers.
But I mean, yeah. But in return, he has leap, strength 4, wrestle, tackle, which movement 8. There's a fairly good chance of the pro elves sacking the rats as the rats
Yeah,
sacking the pro elves. This could turn into a very messy game where
yeah,
both
it should be quite entertaining.
um, I think Gruff wants it to not be a messy game, so he needs to control the ball and score slowly and go for attrition, whereas Neb wants it to be chaotic and random and the ball be bouncing around and both teams be afraid. I'm going to go for a draw.
Okay.
Yeah. If I do it in both places at once, do I get 2 points? Oh, Gruff's done it in 2 places at once as well. Okay, so next is Nibbenen's Rylith Dreamers against Hazard's Major Annoyance. The other rat team, I think they were slightly more beaten up. 15-50 at the moment.
Yeah, they will be missing their main blitzer, aka the killer.
I like in this kind of game, I don't hate that. Like, you're not going to be out removing the chaos, so try like having 190 TV wrapped up in trying to. I think is not actually that bad a thing to be missing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if this was the best killer in the game, aka non-award blitzer,
Yeah.
I would say this is a huge loss. But this one doesn't have claw,
No.
doesn't have horns, so yeah, I'm thinking like you. He can get a wizard because this guy is out. So I think a wizard is best versus chaos. Yeah, this is not a huge loss for this game.
Yeah. So but you are playing with 11 players against 7 Mighty Blow, which is slightly scary for rats who probably can't really dodge in. Oh, sorry, we missed a little bit of Neb and Gruff chat, because yeah, Gruff is also terrified of Neb's team. Neb suggested 5-4. Tune into Neb's stream tomorrow at 2 o'clock
Also,
to
you play
find out.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well, I guess I will come by and say hi.
yeah, I will try and watch that 2 o'clock. That should be. If Gruff, if you want to remind me before you play, I will try and watch it. Although I will have my son, so I might be busy. But anyway, but yeah, that should be very entertaining, I reckon. Definitely worth a watch. Whereas this rat game may just be chaos murdering rats for 16 turns.
Yeah, and this is not the chaos killer have a juggernaut. Rats have 4 wrestle pieces, so this could be a thing to end them down.
Yeah. So yeah, effectively removing the kind of the other version of tackle, and yeah, they're all like they're important pieces to try and hit, aren't they?
Yeah,
The kicker, the 3 gutter runners. He gets a level on Justin Bieber as well. Oh, that might. Oh no, he's got loads of money, so that's fine. He can still afford the wizard. Actually, maybe buy a 12th player, and you can probably still afford the wizard. What do you think of that? Like, if you want to win, if Hazard really wants to win, so
He will have 222k of inducements. So yes, he will have enough to
yeah,
buy a line or two.
I think 12th player and scumming the wizard is the way to win the game in this case. Could even like he's got enough money, he could buy a big bench and not have the wizard, and just hope that having 13 or 14 players absorbs the attrition and the gutters can do the rest of the work. But against Nibnan, I wouldn't trust that. I would be going for the wizard.
Yeah. Well, the Chaos team has got a weakness. They don't have a dedicated ball carrier, so no show hands or something like that.
No.
Yeah. So this is the spot you want to push on.
Yeah, and the gutters do have every sacking opportunity available to them. Strip,
Yes.
wrestle, tackle, dauntless. Slightly mixed up, amongst 2 or 3 players, but it's still good. A good set of gutter runners. They could win you the game without a wizard, but a wizard makes me feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. So it's for you to choose first.
Okay,
Prediction.
I'm gonna go for Hazard winning this one. I think, although it's really close, I kind of also want to do a draw. I'm gonna stick with the Rats. I think this is probably the most swingy because of the does the Mighty Blow fire? Do they get enough hits? Do the Bash team get to remove enough Rats, or do the Rats get to make their dice? It's a coin flip between the 3 results, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I'm going with the Chaos. I think Chaos is going to be sacked and turn over with the Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think this will be enough for the Rats to win.
Yeah. Understood. All right. So the next game is Cavilion against Falcon Merc. The Kislev against the Chaos Dwarf. And the Kislev have quite a low TV, which makes me wonder how many players they've actually got. So they're only 2 players short, but they are missing a wrestle tackle, and the Dwarfs do have blood sure hands, right?
Yeah.
So that's 120 TV of loners, so that's 1600 for the Kislev. So Kislev will get 370 of inducement money.
370.
Right.
You are the Kislev expert. What would you do with 370k of investments?
I'd get whatever the most number of bodies was to stand to loners, mercs. Maybe, I don't know if did he have a bear? He doesn't have a bear, does he? Like a merc bear is
No.
not a bad choice even in this case, and just throw them at the claw. Get as many loners as you can afford and throw them at the claw. Is my basic game plan in this one.
Do you take a wizard?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's assumed.
Yeah.
To be the
Thought so.
like you don't even need to think about it type thing. Gruff says I would buy a bear, which is entirely untrue. But I like
you don't have a bear anymore with your team now.
no. I started my Kislev team with a bear. He died in my 2nd season. I bought him again like season 5, and I fired him again in the same season, last season, whatever it was. Basically, they're okay against really bloaty elves, but anyone else they're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to outstrength someone and the tail adds a bit more problems to their dodging, and they don't have claw, then great. But you face too much claw for them to be worthwhile, and too much strong claw, which is the real, and then he gets killed anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But yeah, he's a lot of TV, and he doesn't really help for the main game plan of Kislev. As Dimmy says, irrelevant bear.
Yeah, and Kerbalion is making a good point. Kislev will have only 33k because he has got 40k of bloats in his bank right now.
True.
Would you take some loners instead of babes, or what's your take on this? Do
Yeah,
you
like
prefer to have more bodies?
I prefer to have more bodies over babes, or as we mentioned,
Yeah.
appos. Like babes are not like worth their cost, especially against claw pom. If there's piling on, like injuries are just more likely than KOs anyway, because assuming the piling on player is piling on things, and so I just want enough bodies that I can happily throw loners at things without having to worry about my team being decimated, given the choice.
Okay.
Is that like that's the simple answer? What you're going to do with 300 TV and the actual maths of, well, that's a wizard and 180 left over, and 180 is enough for. Actually, 180 is perfect for two loners.
Yes.
So wizard and two
Loners.
loners is what I would be choosing, I reckon. And that,
Yeah.
13 players against 12. You've still got a sacking option. You've still got tackle mighty blow to hit hobgoblins with, and you've still got the threat of scary leap plays all the time. I mean, for me, the worst thing about this team is actually the stand firm. Like, 2 guard stand firmers make a tough time for you can sometimes you can finagle a hits on the ball by pushing guard around so it's not quite, so there's space somewhere, jump up blocks doing things and stuff.
Yes.
But
And I like the fact he has got frenzy too, because sometimes when I play Kislev, in offense, you are going to struggle versus this kind of team. So you can be in a situation when you have to sideline or something like that, and the frenzy threat is pretty good.
yeah. And also, yeah, his catcher has gone for pass instead of sidestep.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually go sidestep before I don't take sure hands at all. So, but I think blodge step on catchers is
Yeah.
so key to their survival, and also your ability to sideline cage. I really, as you might be able to tell from the pointing out, stand firm, and sidestep, I really like the control skills. I think
Yes.
you're more, they have a bigger effect on wins than people give them credit. Especially compared to, say, the assumptions about removal skills working. Sidestep is always, is pretty much always your choice where you go, and I think that's really powerful.
Yeah, fair point.
Who's going to win this though?
This one I'm gonna go with the Chorfs.
And I wonder if lots of people are going for the Chorfs on this one.
I mean, the Kislevs will have a wizard.
Yeah.
But Kislevs tend to be put in situation to be hurt more than other teams.
Yeah.
And the Chorf really have the players to hurt him a lot.
I mean,
So I think the Chorfs got this over attrition.
I think if you look at the two teams in, like, if you were to assume that they were, an equal level of coaching skill, and that coaching, like, I think there's a curve where the higher up the curve you get, it moves towards the Kislev. So, like, at high coaching level, Kislev actually have a really good chance. But at if both coaches are middle of the road coaches, I think it becomes more of a win for the Chorfs. I don't really know how good a coach Kavillian is, but I'm going to go for a Kislev win because I think they have the weapons and like two Agi 4, and one of them being pretty big threat from anywhere.
Yeah, I won't judge coach abilities because I never played Kavillion, but yeah, but I'm thinking. I know what you mean by what you say, but still, I don't think Kislevs have enough to pass the Chorfs.
Kavillian says, as a coach, I have a great ability to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I love that. I love that phrase. I use that a lot. But anyway, so let's move on to Marry Me Bloody Mary against the Mighty Squealers. Engelbert Hex against Vivian. The Dark Elves against the Underworld.
Yes.
And the Dark Elves are missing their Movement 9 Blodge Pass runner and a lot of other players, in fact. So they'll have 4 loner elves putting their TV up to 1700
and no bench
and no bench against Engelbert Hex, who
He's
have
14
players and some bloat in cash and lower TV and the killer. Well, no piling on, but
let's remember something. So the Underworld will have some money to spend, but game there will be the Wizard Stadium in play.
Yeah. So this is the Dark Elf. The Dark Elves are at home. The Dark Elves have the Wizard Stadium. Yeah. I wonder if it bites them in the arse too much, they'll regret it. But actually, no. This is where it's good, right? This is where they were the higher TV team, and they still get a wizard. And the Underworld, on the other hand, what are they going to spend their inducement money on? So
they will have.
I really want him to fire this niggled player. Like, it would give him like he has 40k bloat. He could use that 40k to replace Swagger, and suddenly the TV of the team drops by 60k. Yeah. And then he gets more inducements, maybe for a bribe.
I don't like bribe very much with Underworld, but this is the kind of game it could be an option because you already have the wizard because of the stadium, and the elves are only 11.
Yeah.
So no bench. So
I mean, are there any better options though? That's the
because you don't have your altar stadium, so Skitter is 60k.
160, yeah.
160, well, yeah, 160k.
And you don't want Bomber against elves. Fez glitch might be interesting. Like, I quite like Fez on defense. He gives you a lot of extra strength, and he can be a real annoyance. And he can push players around.
Well, I like it when you have the altar. When you don't, not so much. And the elves got Mighty Blow, Dauntless. I don't think Fez is the best option. he could go the Skeeter way to have a good one turner option, or the bribe way.
I mean, that is like a what's that, a 5+ Dauntless? You know, so
Yeah.
you're unlikely to get much value of Dauntless, but you know he does have block, and that's basically all you need against Fairs and red die in the hope. But like you can still I like Fairs on defense, I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And like would I rather have, if you're spending 100 TV on a bribe, would I rather have the bribe or would I rather have Fairs? I think I'd rather have Fairs.
Hmm. Yeah, this could be another thing that force the elves to try to score quick and be a bit lazy, so you can use your wizard to turn them over.
Yeah. And you know, yeah, that works for me. If you want to score quick to get rid of Fairs, and I'll take the ball for the other 8 turns, or you know, 6 turns or whatever,
So
punch elves and try and avoid the wizard.
this is the case where the wizard stadium is okay for the elves because they will have a wizard, but this also gives the other team uh,
Extra inducements, or you know,
yes,
something
extra
something else that they wouldn't have
yes
got. Yeah.
extra options who can bring value to the table.
So
Um,
whose
do
turn
you
is it
want to go? It's to you, I
to,
think.
um
It's up to you.
I can't, like in this case, do you want to pick the underworld first?
Oh,
uh,
I will pick them.
yeah, okay, just to be different, I'm going to go for a draw, but I kind of prefer the underworld in this. I
Yeah,
think,
me
you
too.
know, they have options, let's say. um and
Go Underworld.
yeah, there is that too. But I am going to go for a draw, just so that we have different choices. Where are we? Oh, and Gruff has gone for a draw on the 3B Discord. Actually, 2 people have gone for Neb, and Cavelian have both gone for Vivien.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So the next game is Golden Gate against Costin Striker. The Red Hot Boys, the Orcs, against Golden Gate's the other Dark Elf team. Um, Indeed. Dark Elves have 11 players, 1750. Oh, I should have checked. Who's at home?
Orcs.
Orcs. Orcs. Oh, Dark Elves have beer stand as well. Okay. Um,
So elves uh, can uh, can scam a wizard if they choose to put a little catch into it.
mhm. It'll be, well,
Um,
with the level up 1870.
oh yeah, true.
So yeah, only a little bit of money. Definitely worth it.
But yeah, I don't think as it stands right now, this dark elf team has enough to counter these orcs.
Yeah, 11 players for the Dark Elves against 13 for the Orcs. Again, I think this though probably comes down to coach ability, and I don't really know either coach well enough to say one is going to win or the other. So it's kind of, I think this is a bit. I'm a bit more like this is a coin flip between the two of them. I
Yeah.
I would quite like to play these elves against these orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a solid elf team. Bit of jugs, bit of agi 5, lots of sidestep, blodge, kind of irritating. It's got everything the dark elves really need. Um, and dark elves can kind of weather the orc storm of mighty blowness and still win with elfiness, can't they?
Yes.
And with a wizard, I'll go for the elves.
Yeah, well, I do think Costin Striker is a good coach.
Mhm.
I didn't back him last week because I don't know why. Um, and I think this time he's got this.
Cool. So you're going for the Orcs. And
Yeah.
Neb and Cavillion both agree with you. The bot doesn't, and the bot is almost always wrong. So, you know. And last game of the week is Villy's Full Metal Casket against Leffy's Failed Gimmicks. And we already have Neb voting for Villy and Gruff and Cavillion going for a draw in this one.
Wow. And the undead are the underdogs and will have at least 200k of investments.
Yeah, they're missing their guard Ghoul. Are the humans actually have 11 players? Or more than 11 players by the looks of it?
More.
No, exactly 11 players.
Oh, 19 TV, just 11.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Villy should win this, right? That's like he's got that undead thing of just all the zombies to throw at in the way of the humans. Gruff never looks at the teams before predicting; he just clicks randomly. Which considering he's beating me massively in our OCC recapping competition, is tells you all you need to know. But yeah, I'm going for, and the bot favors Villy as well. Interestingly. Oh wait, do you want to go first? Is that me or you first?
Well, looking at both teams, the humans have actually more guard than the undead. But I think I watched Let's Say once or two.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it was again against Chug Underworld team
Yeah.
last season,
Yeah.
and I think he was overly protective with his player.
Yeah.
Uh, he has the tools to put up a fight against some teams, but maybe he's not he's not fighting enough with them.
Yeah. He's not aggressive enough. But
Yeah,
it's kind of hard with humans because humans get in a long form league like this they do get murdered. So
yeah,
you
true.
know, but and it's funny as well because I've played Chug, and when I played Chug I thought he was too defensive against the Kislev as well. But so it's easy to think that of maybe is it easy to think that of opponents, but I mean taking the Apo last week as well adds to
Yeah,
your argument. Um, so yeah. Um, we both let's okay. I'm going for Billy anyway. What do you got? You're going for Billy too?
hmm. I want to be well. Maybe this time the extra mobility of the humans will play uh, will be decisive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for Dodo.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's very plausible. But yeah, cool. We're done. Yeah. Is that?
I Yeah, I think.
Did we? There was one game played, but we will talk about that. Oh, did we talk? We didn't make a guess on that, did we? Okay, cool. We'll talk about that next week. Okay. Yes, I think we are done. There's not really much. There's the
Yes.
table.
Yeah, but you know,
The only game that's been played
week one.
was a middle of the table clash. Now at least they drew, so maybe that made them middle of the table. Oh, actually they both lost, and now they gained a draw from their new game, so they're probably not going to be very high up the table.
Mhm.
Gruff doesn't even feature on page one.
Is Just week 1, man.
Yeah. There's a there's a long time to go in Rebel.
Oh yeah.
13 weeks is a long time. A lot
Indeed.
can happen to a lot of teams. A lot of teams are not gonna end this season well, probably. As well as they look now. Let's say. All right. So we're gonna raid someone. Let's see who's doing Blood Bowl. Is there a GMan or Rebel thing going on? I see Space Cadet and Eliod, who I quite like watching, but possibly because of his, I know him more from playing Rebel than anything else. I'm gonna host, gonna raid more playback, yeah.
Yeah.
And also he's got less viewers, so I kind of like the raiding the smaller channel, but also mentioning that if you want to go and watch Space Cadet or Eliod, they are on. All right. So I'll start the raid. Boom. Okay, thank you for joining me, Spartakus.
Yeah, thanks to you, and thank you for watching, guys.
Yep, and thanks to everyone who watched and commented. All talking really helps, and I'll try and make the writing on the left look a little bit less fuzzy. Cheers. All right. Goodbye.
See you on. Bye.